New York is a no-fault state, like every other state. Actually, New York was the last state in the Union to become a no-fault state, so we still have the old causes of action like abandonment, adultery, and so on that are still on the books, but nobody uses them anymore. No fault in New York is actually called an irretrievable breakdown of the marriage, and it just means that one person has to say that there was an irretrievable breakdown of the marriage for at least 6 months, and the other person can contest that, but no one will listen. It just takes one person to make a claim that there's been an irretrievable breakdown of the marriage, and it doesn't matter if the other person objects. New York is an equitable distribution state, and that means that a court will make a decision based on a number of factors that are set out in the statute as to what is essentially fair. There are about 1 million cases that say equitable does not mean equal, and yet in a long-term marriage, most assets are divided equally. In New York, alimony is called maintenance or spousal maintenance or spousal support. The statute refers to it as maintenance. And it is awarded based on really the need of one person and the ability of the other person to pay. There is a formula that applies to an amount of income up to a cap, and then a determination is made by a court as to what is fair under the circumstances, the lifestyle of the parties, and again, the ability of the payer to pay. Maintenance is typically awarded when a spouse needs a period of time to become self-supporting. Depending on the length of the marriage, the statute determines how long that should be. A court can override what the presumptively correct duration of maintenance would be, or alimony would be in New York. Sometimes someone needs some time to get a job or to get some education, which he or she can use to get a job to become self-supporting. It's actually kind of a challenge because if one person is a very high earning spouse and the other person has been a stay-at-home parent or has worked at a job that really doesn't pay particularly well, they're never going to become self-supporting at the level that supports the standard of living that they have had. And yet the court will not award lifetime maintenance even in those circumstances. Custody is kind of a difficult topic because nobody has a child, cradles that infant in their arms, and looks down and thinks, I have custody of this baby. No, you have a child and you have an obligation to spend time with and support that child. So custody is really broken into two different pieces. One is physical custody. That's where will the children be when? And what will that look like for regular time, the regular rotation of weekdays and weekends, but then also special time, holidays. And then there's legal custody, which is essentially decision making. And so custody is determined based on the best interests of the child. So which parent will be better suited to spend what amount of time with the child or children is what a court is trying to figure out. Who is going to make the best decisions for that child? And sometimes a child's own preferences might come in, especially if that child is able to speak to the court or speak to his or her lawyer about that. But other times it is really the court's determination as to how the judge sees who will be a better parent. If you have any questions about these topics or anything else about divorce, please don't hesitate to call us at Miller Law.